Hi, everybody, live and watching on YouTube. This is Brandon and Sean from the Cardboard of the Rings podcast, which is your bi-weekly podcast about the Lord of the Rings card game by Fantasy Flight Games. But tonight we're doing something a little different. Tonight, Sean is going to be teaching me how to play the much-beloved game of Netrunner. In terms of my experience with it, I've only played it one time, and that was with Jared from the Cardboard of the Rings podcast, and he absolutely destroyed me. And I barely learned anything. Not because Jared's not a good teacher, it's just because, you know, there's a lot going on in this game and we were playing pretty quick to squeeze in a bunch of games. So hopefully if you watch along, you're going to learn how to play Android Netrunner. Now, if you've never listened to the podcast, you may miss some inside jokes and silliness, but hopefully you'll be able to get to the core of it. So Sean, we're gonna play some decks here. Who's starting out as which faction? I know I've watched the tutorial videos on FFG, so that's my level of experience. And people, if you're watching this video before you watch the FFG video, go watch the FFG video first. Number one, the video production quality is so high on those Fantasy Flight tutorial videos. I love them. And number two, it'll help fill in some of the terminology gaps. I don't think we're going to go over every single term. So Sean, which deck should I be loading? Should I be loading the Corporation deck or the Runner deck?
Well, you know, I'm going to leave it up to you. To my mind, even though my brain works better as a Corporation, as kind of like the defensive setup and preparation type gameplay, I think it's better to learn the flow of the game as the Runner because they're kind of the mover.
So you want me to be the Runner?
I would recommend it, but I think it's fine to learn either way.
Okay, I'm going to be the Runner then. Even though I'd much, you know, from a personal sense, the Corporation appeals to me because of my natural bend towards evil. Now, somebody in the chat window, Bathtubs, has asked, are we using the teaching decks? Sean, please tell us, what are we doing here? Unfortunately, you know, I'm sure everyone loves to listen to me ramble on endlessly, but in this episode, it's mostly going to be your old pal Brandon doing a lot of listening. So, Sean, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm sure you want to fill in the blanks whenever you can because it's going to be a lot of me talking tonight. So we were originally going to play with some of the core set decks, but then our co-host Etienne let me know that there is a blog out there called Stim Hacks, which has a two-part article on exclusively teaching Netrunner as a game. And they had a couple of deck lists out there, which, you know, are by no means competitive level decks, but they do a really good job of fleshing out basic functionality in the game. So that's what we're using now. So go check out Stim Hacks if you're interested in Netrunner. It's a pretty good blog. I enjoyed it, and it's a really good article on teaching the game. So there will be, I guess to answer the question originally, yes, we are using the teaching decks. I think these are the teaching decks.
Okay. Now, I'm worried that my Runner has alternative art because I'm looking at it, it looks very full art, and when I added the images for Netrunner, the pack that I used added all these full art promo ones, and I find that very distressing. I always like to have the, you know, the regular box purchased ones.
Does she have a paintbrush?
She has a magical glowing paintbrush, and she's magically painting the air.
Yes, that is the alt art, but that's all right.
I'm going to say right away I don't like it.
All right, so this is going to be a simultaneous Octagon and Netrunner tutorial. I'm going to say I'm much more familiar with Netrunner as a game than I am with Octagon as a system as it pertains to Netrunner, so bear with me. And if anyone has any shortcuts that I'm not using or better ways to do it, feel free to chime in because I would say I'm much more familiar with Netrunner than I am with the Octagon plugin for it.
We've got Gecko TH in the room, who's Tom of Lord of the Rings Octagon fame. Tom, are you involved with the Netrunner Octagon at all? If you are, maybe you can help us through. Okay, right. Sean, how do we even load our... I've loaded my deck, now what?
Alright, so if you've loaded your deck, to set up, you're going to want to hit Control-Shift-S, like Sierra.
And there's my magical paintbrusher.
Well, I don't see it because I don't have that image pack, but...
oh, that's good.
If anyone wants to know what Brandon's talking about, just go Google the promo Kate card. It's quite magical. There's a magical paintbrush.
Refer to her as Mac, okay?
Okay, she is Mac.
Oh, I can see on the stream the real art. It's way better. She looks like a tool lady, not a little painter. Pixie duster.
Yeah, I dig her goggles, man. I don't know what it is about a chicken goggles, but there's something there.
The
And
goggles, they do nothing.
the
Okay,
unnecessary asymmetric elbow pad for some reason.
well, it's very techy. Now, Bathtubs has just linked one for the standard art images. Bless you, man. Thank you.
All right, so now, so I suppose since we have kind of a variance of experience with the game, we'll kind of go over the basics. So this is an asymmetric game. However, the main goal and win condition remains the same, and those are going to revolve around agendas here, which are denoted by the little agenda point icon in the middle left of the card.
Okay.
The corporation, which would be represented by me for this game, is looking to advance and then score their questionable agendas.
Now, Sean, I have a quick question before we get through. Am I at an advantage watching the stream and seeing your hand?
Yeah, I would say that's an advantage.
Okay, I'll just go to the chat screen alone and not the video.
That's all right.
Okay,
I was planning on dialing up the mercy meter for our first game anyway. So
Oh, don't tell me that.
anyway, so the corporation wants to advance and score these agendas, and then the runner wants to access the corporation's servers to steal them.
Yeah, I do.
That's the main win condition for both sides.
Now, Sean, I'll quickly mention I'm not looking at the video anymore.
Okay. Fair enough. So then then each side has an alternate win condition. For the Corp, their alternate win condition is if the runner has to discard a card from their grip or their hand, and they are unable to do so, they are flatlined, and the corporation wins.
Wait a second. What was that?
So if the runner ever has to discard a card from an empty hand,
Yes.
they lose.
They die?
Yep.
Good. Oh, wait, I'm the runner right now. Sorry, I can't get out of my evil bend towards corporate life.
That's all right. These teaching decks aren't really geared toward flatlining, even though you'll generally see that a fair amount when you're up against the Wayland Corporation.
Okay.
Then alternately, and it doesn't come into play nearly as often, or not even at all in my experience, is if the corporation has to draw a card from R&D, which is their draw deck, and they're unable to do so, then the runner wins the game. I've never seen that happen, but it is out there. I'm sure it'll come into the meta at some point.
Okay. So that shouldn't be my primary strategy this game.
Likely not.
My man Dave G just joined. Good evening, Dave.
So then,
Continue, Son.
yeah. So then, either side wins when they score 7 agenda points, or one of those other alternate win conditions comes into play.
Okay, cool.
So on each player's turn, they get a certain number of actions, which they're able to use for certain things. We'll kind of cover that once we get going here. It's kind of an interesting game where most card games that I've played, you can generally do things on your opponent's turn. This one, there's not a whole lot of that. There are certain actions that the corporation can take on the runner's turn when the runner is interacting with the corporation's cards, but beyond that, there's not a whole lot of like interrupt stack interplay at all.
Well, that's kind of good in that you can actually take a second to grab some snacks and stuff, which in a lot of games you can't.
Exactly. All right, so I'll just see what else we want to cover here. Basically, the whole idea behind this, I don't know, we'll go completely base level here, is that we're in a cyberpunk future. Corporations rule the world, and then these illicit hackers called runners are trying to mess them up for various reasons.
Okay.
The primary mover behind that, one of the main card types that I'm going to be using here are ICE. ICE represent the various programs and I guess they're just programs that the corporation will use to guard their servers.
So it's like Windows Firewall.
Yeah. Only, with really cool mythologic-based avatars.
Oh, neat.
And then the runner has programs that they're using to break down those ICE to get through to the servers and hopefully access agendas.
Okay, so that makes sense. I'm trying to steal your stuff, and you're trying to stop me with ice.
Exactly, whilst simultaneously trying to advance and score my own stuff. So I have to put it at risk to be stolen in order to get it out on the table.
Okay, that makes sense thematically.
So, to that end, I don't know how much more explanation we want to go through, if we just want to learn by doing here.
Yeah, let's learn by doing. And Lord of All Cheese asked the question, is he playing Netrunner for the very first time? Essentially, yes.
All right, so you want to look at your opening hand.
Okay.
And you have a chance to mulligan if you'd like.
I won't.
I think I will, just for teaching purposes. I don't have a whole lot of variance here. And I love the new font they've added to Octagon in this latest update. They actually upgraded the font so it looks... I don't know if it's cyberpunky, but it's different.
Cool.
All right. That's more interesting.
Oh boy, Mr. Trench just joined us, Sean. Be on your game.
Yeah, I will profess I am not in any way a Netrunner master, so I'm certainly willing to be rules lawyered, and I fully expect it.
And I'm off the hook tonight, man. I'm just here with my magical paintbrush. Whee!
All right, so then if you like your hand, this game kind of moves in phases. So to start the corp goes first. So to start the corp's first turn, I hit F1. So now what happens is during the corp's turn, they get 3 clicks, or 3 actions to take actions, obviously. So during the corp's turn, I can use a click to draw a card from my R&D or draw deck. I can gain a credit.
Okay, so the draw deck is called R&D.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Oh, and Lord
That's
of All
wicked.
Cheese said, "Too bad it's not a Jinteki deck." I am not that cruel. I'm a Jinteki player by nature, and I thought about it. And Brandon probably deserves it, but not tonight.
Hey man, you're building a better world today with the Wayland Consortium. I bet you this Netrunner lady that I'm playing uses Wayland products. It's always the case, man. Okay, so you're taking the first turn, and you were mentioning your R&D pile.
Yeah, okay, so this game is kind of steeped really well in themes, so much to the point where they'll name regular card game things that we have kind of come to know and love by their regular names as themed names.
Okay.
So you'll see my identity here serves as a proxy for my hand as a server.
Yep.
That's called
Okay, so if I'm attacking your identity card or your HQ,
right,
I'm attacking your hand.
Exactly. If you get through it,
Okay.
you're accessing a random card from my hand. And
Okay, cool.
that's called HQ.
All right, which we should... I insist that we refer to them by their correct game terms from here on forth.
Fantastic. And
After
Lord of
you
All
introduce
Cheese,
one.
I'm not running Scorched Earth. Again, I thought about it, but these teaching decks do a really good job, and it's not included in these, so I didn't bother to include it beyond that.
There was a game in the 90s called Scorched Earth where you basically set the trajectory of 2 little tanks and fired each other. If anybody has ever played Scorched Earth, hit me up. I'd love to play. There's an online version.
Is there I have played Scorched.
Everybody's played it, and you throw the Mervs out, and then you finally just drop the nuke and obliterate half the map. Okay, back on task.
All right. So then moving on, we've got the draw deck again, which is R&D.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your discard pile, which is archives.
Okay.
So then beyond those 3 central servers, I will create remote servers, which is where I'll place assets and agendas. You'll see that to the left, or on your end, it'll be to the right of my core
I see
servers.
it. Remote servers.
So then conversely on your end, your draw deck is called your stack.
Okay.
Your hand is called your grip.
I don't like that one. I've liked everything so far.
And your discard pile is called your heap.
Stack makes sense. Heap makes sense. Grip, I don't get it.
So then I will go ahead and get started here.
Now, Sean, let me ask you a question, and maybe it's going to be revealed and I'm asking too soon. If I attack your HQ, I'm trying to take cards out of your hand. If I attack your R&D, I'm making you lose cards out of your deck. Why would I ever want to attack your discard pile or your archive?
Very good question, actually. So there are certain times when a corp might throw cards willingly into archives, or sometimes maybe even not willingly. But if they do it in a case where the runner was not aware of the card anyway, so say I've got too many cards in my hand and I've got to discard back down to my hand size,
Yes.
I would throw those cards back into archives face down.
Ooh, okay,
so
I
you
see.
don't know what they are. There are certain runner cards that make the corp discard cards, so those would go face down. So you don't know for sure what they are, so it's sometimes advantageous to just go check, because sometimes, particularly when the
Are you
runners,
gonna hide stuff in there?
the corp can.
I like.
And that's the gamble you take, because then you can make the runner think that you hid something in there and make him go waste an action to go run on your archives.
I want to be the guy who's known for frequently attacking the archives. That is like my go-to strategy.
All right.
You don't even know how to respond.
I just, yeah, my Jinteki deck would love for you to do that. I'll throw a bunch of shock in there and just watch you eat it.
Having no idea what Jinteki is, it's already scaring me in that everyone's kind of in awe of it.
Jinteki is, I guess Wayland could also be argued to be a very offensive corp, but Jinteki is the very lure you in and then trap you corp.
I'm being accused of being a dumpster diver in the chat window now. Proud of it. Okay, do your first move, Sean. Let's see what you've got.
All right, so for my first action, I will play, I suppose. Okay, so then the other thing to cover is the runner gets 4 actions, 4 clicks.
Okay.
The corp.
So actions are denoted by clicks, yeah.
Exactly, yep. The corp only gets 3, but they also get a mandatory card draw. So technically they get 4, they're just required to use their first draw. Or their first click as a draw.
I don't? How do I get cards? I have to spend clicks?
Yeah, you spend clicks manually to do it. I guess the idea there is the agenda points in my deck. There's a very specific mix of cards in the corporation's deck to agenda points.
Yeah.
So the corp is required to draw cards to make sure that they're not just stalling the game by avoiding drawing agendas. They have to keep the action in play.
Okay, so it's a mechanic thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, so my first action, I'm going to...
Oh, man, I got a feeling this is going to be bad.
I will play Hedge Fund. So to play any card from your hand, you just double-click it, and it kind of... so I know you're used to Octagon in the Lord of the Rings sense, which is a fair amount manual because it's there's so much you can do there. But here it's fairly automated.
Okay.
So I'll play Hedge Fund.
It's approaching artificial intelligence.
So I pay 5, which is what we both start with, 5 credits in our pool, to gain 9. And then because of my identity, I gain an additional 1 whenever I play a transaction operation, which Hedge Fund is.
Gain 1 whenever you play a transaction. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep, so I end at a total of 10.
Bastard.
Then I will install...
And every war, every fight is really just a battle of economy.
And this game, doubly so.
The rich get richer while every other poor SOB is losing his shirt. So my Netrunner is going to be losing her shirt?
Sure.
Kids, turn off the live stream.
All right, then I will install a piece of ice over R&D.
Okay.
As well,
I'm
I'll
gonna
install
destroy
one.
that.
As well, I'll install one over HQ.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were installing it over nothing.
All right, so there are my 3 clicks. Now to end my turn, I hit F12.
Now, I don't see anything in your R&D image. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do you see
Nor
a card...
do I see anything in your archives.
Do you see a card hovering over it?
No.
You don't see the ice over it?
Oh, I see the ice over
Okay,
it. Yes,
sure.
I do.
All
But
right.
I don't see anything in there. So, like,
Yeah.
how do I know if I can attack the archives? Like, will it show me that there's discarded cards in there?
I actually don't think Octagon will, but if you ever want to ask, just let me know, and I'll honestly tell you what that looks like.
Okay.
But there's always cards in R&D, so...
So you
All right.
started out with the classic ice baby play. Wah, wah. If you don't watch the Cardboard of the Rings podcast, folks, get used to that kind of thing. Okay, now it's my turn.
Yep, you go right ahead. Hit F1 to start your turn.
All right, now something else people need to know: I have the loudest keyboard in the world. Cherry blue micro switches. Okay, I hit F1.
All right, so now...
Turn to COTR podcast. Excellent. Okay.
Yep, so now you can play your 4 actions. So during the runner's turn, you can use a click to draw a card, gain a credit,
Okay.
install a program, piece of hardware, or resource,
Okay.
play an event, or
Yes.
make a run. As well, if you are tagged, which is something that can happen, if you're tagged, you can spend a click and 2 credits to remove that tag, or a tag.
Now, Bathtub just said if you tab over to his hand, it will show cards in the archive.
Oh, sure, yeah. So if you use the like the little tabs.
What tabs?
Down.
Oh,
in the,
oh.
Yep.
Oops, crap. Now I'm doing something. Okay, I see what he means. Okay, so I can click on Octagon. You know what, Sean? Click over on my tab so people see what we're talking about here.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm going to spend my first click. I have 5 resources, right?
You have 5 credits to start, correct.
Credits,
And as well, your identity lowers the install cost of the first program or hardware each turn by 1.
Ooh, that's good.
So keep that in mind when you're doing your arithmetic over there.
Yeah, which is going to be pretty sloppy, this one. Okay, I'm going to spend 1 to draw a card. A click.
Okay.
Glad I did. So I have to spend a click to do an event, right?
Correct.
Sean?
Correct.
Okay. Now,
Yep, so if you just double-click the event in your hand, it'll automatically play it and spend the click.
okay. Now, how come the little click counter on Octagon didn't increase or anything when I drew a card? It still says 0.
It says 0. Did you hit F1 to start your turn?
I did, yeah.
Well, just go ahead and manually dial it up to 3 then.
Okay. And take 1 each time.
One each time.
Oh, okay. I'll put 1. Because I drew 1 card, so now I'm at 1 click, right?
No, you'd be at 3. Because it starts at 4 and then it dials it down.
Okay, okay. So now I'm at 3.
Right.
Okay, and now, as I said, it takes a click to play an event, right?
Correct.
All right, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a click, and I'm going to play Easy Mark to gain 3 credits.
Oh, he looks so fallow.
Yeah, look at that. That dude is an Easy Mark. Okay. So now how do I get rid of that? Like, how could I resolve that card?
It'll stay there until you end your turn.
Oh, okay.
And it should have already added the credits.
Okay. The next thing I'm going to do...
Yeah, and it looks like Bathtubins and Lord of All Cheese have confirmed my suspicion in that it didn't register your F1. But we'll go through and manually do this turn. It shouldn't be a big deal.
Okay, I'll be able to F1 next turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this piece of hardware.
R&D interface.
Now, my Netrunner just it turns sideways. What do they call that in this game?
All right, so that is just kind of a nice little tool that Octagon does to show that an ability has been used, particularly when that ability has a limit per turn. So that just shows that that first piece of hardware has been reduced, so now the next one won't be.
Whenever you access cards from R&D, access 1 additional card from R&D. I'm going to be hitting your R&D hard, bro. Okay, now did it take the credits away for that?
It should have, yes. I'm showing you at 5, and this was -1 of force, so you were at 8. So yep, that math checks out.
Now my friggin' clicks are back to 0. What were they at again?
So let's see here. So you did what? You drew, easy marked, run. So you should be, or sorry, drew, easy mark, R&D interface. You should have 1 left.
Okay. 1 left?
Correct.
Crap. Okay, and I'm gonna do this event. Oh, hold on a second. No, I don't want to do that. No. Good thing that window popped up. I almost did something stupid. If I have no way to defeat your ice, I'm gonna fail my run, right?
Correct. Well, not necessarily. Not all ice ends the run, but generally there's some detrimental effect.
I'm gonna get punished.
Potentially.
Okay, I don't wanna do a run yet then. Okay, actually, yeah, I am gonna make a run. That'll be my last click. I'm gonna make a run on the archives. I can do that on an empty one, right?
You certainly can.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a run on the archives using.
All right. So then what you do? Oh, all right. Ah, see, there you go.
Using the archives. Okay.
All right. So
oh, neat! This really is well automated.
Yeah.
All right, I'm living up to my new strategy of archive runner.
Dumpster diver.
Plus, look at that dirty laundry card. That lady is just trouble. Look at her. Oh my goodness. My kind of gal. Now, I made a run and it was completed.
Yep. So it
Um,
should have. All right. So now, shoot. Hang on. What is the command?
I started to run on archives. How do I complete the run successfully?
Oh, here we go. Sorry. I have to acknowledge it by hitting F3. So then
Acknowledge
I do.
as a successful run.
Yep. So then you hit F3 as well.
Okay. Authorized is there authorization for user to proceed?
Yeah. And
Okay, yeah.
Octagon adds a little bit of theme in there as well, so it's kind of fun that way.
It's brutal. Okay, I made the run on the archives, but no agenda is found.
Okay. So then I believe if you hit escape, it should end the run. Or if you just hit F12 to end your turn, since you have no further clicks.
But I don't think I got the resources from Dirty Laundry.
Well, hit F12, see if it gives them to you. If not, you can just manually do it. There it goes.
It did.
Fantastic.
Run successful. I don't know if everyone in the chat window knows, but I'm winning. Right? Successful run. That's hardcore.
All right. I'm
I
going.
have -1 clicks. That can't be good.
That's all right. It should rectify itself next turn.
This is awesome.
All right. I'm going to, for my first click, draw.
Even though the run was ridiculous, it was so fun to do. I feel like I'm a shadow runner. I used to love Shadowrun for the Sega Genesis. I'm gonna call you Chum for the rest of the video.
Chum. Yes.
Everyone called everyone Chum in that game, or Chummer. Okay, what are you doing? Spend your first click.
Yep, I drew. Then I'm going to play Restructure. Spend 10 to gain 5, and then I gain an extra 1 because it's a transaction.
You actually spend 10 to gain 15, I believe.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Spend 10 to gain 15. The net effect is 5, plus 1.
Single-eyed Sarborgs commence restructuring process. Normally, well, yeah, okay.
All right.
Lord of all cheese, I agree, buddy. He said Sega Shadowrun was the best Shadowrunner game. It certainly was. Okay, that's your first click, is you had this semi-bored guy hook you up with some cash.
Yep, then I'm going to spend my last click to install this in the...
So you only really get 2 actions per turn, right?
No, I get 3, because I
So
draw...
you did restructure, and then you did...
I drew
this
first, and then
install.
I restructured.
Oh, you can also pay to draw more?
Yes.
Hmm.
Alright, so then I'm going to install this card on HQ.
I'm being complimented. I suspect tongue-in-cheek with my voice acting skills. What did you just do?
Alright, so I just installed a card in the root of HQ.
What did you... Hold on a second. In the what of HQ?
In the root of HQ. Alright, so...
Thank you. Do you really say root?
I don't know,
fine.
I probably interchange it. Why, do you exclusively say root?
Yeah, only root.
Okay.
Much like a boot.
Guys, do you say root or root?
You know how Brian says the word crayon? Crayon.
Crayon? Yeah, that's a Midwestern thing.
Yeah,
Crayon.
it's really, really weird.
Crayon. Yep. Alright.
You're getting made fun of in the chat. You have my people with me. Okay, so you put you've installed something into the root.
Yep.
What does that mean?
Alright, so basically that means, alright, I'll impart a little knowledge upon you. The only thing that can be installed into the root of a core server is an upgrade, which means it imparts some kind of beneficial effect for me, generally related to that server.
How do I destroy it?
What you do is you'd have to gain access to that server to make a successful run on it.
Yeah.
And then once you gain access to the card, you can pay its trash cost in credits to get rid of it.
Okay, that's cool. I'm going to do that. Looks like the chat window is rooting for me, Sean, on how to say that word.
All right, well, that must be another Midwestern thing that I'm unaware of. You see, I know most of them, but some of them will slip by.
Okay, your turn is complete?
My turn is complete. You go
Okay,
right
now I'm
ahead.
going to strongly hit F1, right?
Yep.
F1.
Yep,
Okay,
that
there we
works.
go.
See, it says Kate McCaffrey has woken up.
Oh, that's kind of cool. She was sleeping. Okay, what do we want to do? I want to draw a card.
Yep.
Don't really want that. I'm gonna draw another card. What do we got here? Uh, Ooh, that's kind of neat. Um,
Brandon, I know you as a player. The ability
yeah,
to draw cards at will. That's pretty good for you, isn't it?
it's so tempting. I'm just like, I just want to keep drawing. Now, there's a card limit of 5 at the end of the turn, I believe, right?
Right. Your default hand size is 5. You got to discard down if you're over that at the end of your turn.
Okay. I'm going to do a little throwback like I did with my original PlayStation in 93. I'm going to do a little modding here. Wait. Wow, and it already figured out what I wanted to install? That's crazy automated. Okay, so instead of a mod chip, this time I'm installing the Gordian Blade.
Ah.
It's an icebreaker hyphen decoder.
All right.
And it's going to break code gate subroutine.
That's correct.
Kind of fun playing a game where I have no idea what any of this crap is. Now, is code gate a type of ice?
Correct. Yep. So there are 3 basic types of ice. I suppose the majority of ice is either going to be a barrier, code gate, or sentry. There are also a splash of ice that are traps, or I think there's a mythic or 2 out there that are kind of wacky. I don't know if mythic is like a sub-type. I can't remember for sure. But there's the 3 main types. So Gordian Blade will break code gate subroutines, and it's one of the most efficient.
This is my digital Narsil.
Yeah, it's easily one of the most efficient breakers.
Yeah. Okay, it's pretty sweet. I hope you have code gates up. What is the harm of doing a run and failing? I just wasted an action?
Yep. Or potentially suffering any subroutines of the ice, which may not be good for you.
Oh, yeah, okay. It can get a little chilly. Okay, I'm going to try... I really want to know what's going on in R&D, so I'm going to try and make a run. Now, how do I make a run without using an event?
Double-click, so you see how there's that little... like
icon graphic thingy?
Exactly, so just double-click on the R&D graphic.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
All right. So, yeah, why
Digital Narsil is a good band name. Yeah, it really is. My the band name I had when I had a high school band, it was called Pangea, which is the supercontinent. Okay, so I'm making a run on R&D, mostly because I want to see what that ice is. I don't suspect it's a code gate, but I really hope it is.
All right, we'll go ahead and spend 0 to res pop-up window.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Which is a code gate. But before
cool!
But before you have a chance to interact with it, you encounter it. So before you... I'm sorry. You approach it first, and then it's... anyway, timing is kind of irrelevant at this point. So when you encounter pop-up window, I gain 1 credit. So,
you know, I'm not familiar with pop-up windows because the types of websites I go on to never have pop-ups. What is it? Okay, I kid. So I've encountered pop-up window. You get a buck. I get a buck.
So now you have the opportunity to go ahead and interact with the ice if you have an applicable breaker, which in this case you do.
I'm gonna break it.
So you can just go ahead and do that this time. But one thing I want to note that a breaker has to have strength, which is denoted by that number in the lower left-hand corner.
I hope you're hovering over it on your end.
I am. So it has to have strength equal to the ice it is interacting with in order to interact with it. So you've got to get your strength on the breaker up to equal the ice that you're playing around with.
Okay, now my Gondorian Blade has a 2 strength, and your pop-up window has a 0, so I'm going to just chop it right in half.
Okay.
Now I pay 1 resource to do this thing, right?
Yeah, okay. Well, really this is a net effect because if you see the subroutine, that would go off if you don't do anything.
Yeah, so they're the same.
Exactly. So you end the run unless the runner plays 1, or you can pay 1 with Gordian Braid. Yep, that's what I just said.
I want to use the Gondorian Blade to chop that business in half.
All right, so go
ahead. Do I double-click it, or how do I do it?
Yep.
Or do I just remove my resource?
Yep, you double-click your breaker, and then you'll get a little pop-up window that gives you the options of its paid abilities.
Wow, this must take a lot of work compared to Lord of the Rings. Your current choice is 0. Finish selection. COTR podcast pays 1 resource to activate Gondorian Blade in order to break the Code Gate subroutine. Ah, yeah.
All right, so you're through the ice. That's a successful run. I'll go ahead and acknowledge
Oh
it
man, I'm crushing.
using
This is
F3.
excellent.
All right,
Okay, I
so
press F3 to acknowledge.
correct. And
All
then,
that gibberish comes up. I don't like that.
all right, so
How many files are you able to access from the corporation's R&D?
all right, that's the point I wanted to make. Normally, you would only access one, but since you have R&D interface out as that piece of hardware, if you read that, it says whenever you access cards from R&D, you access an additional card. You're going to access 2.
Excellent, excellent. So I'll say 2 and then OK.
All right, so now the one downside is it's not going to show you the actual cards, so you actually have to read through the text. What you're looking for...
Ew.
What you're looking for... Well, I mean, you're looking at the cards, but what you're specifically looking for are agendas that have agenda points or cards that have a trash cost, because that's what you're actually able to do things
I'm looking
with.
at the card Bastion, which is a type of ice.
Yeah.
It's a barrier with a cost of 4, a strength of 4,
So it's
and
good.
the run. What do I want to do with this card?
You want to keep in mind that I'm going to draw it next turn, but there's nothing else you can do with it right now, so leave it where it is.
It says force trash at no cost, only through card effects. Oh, I can't. I don't have a card effect.
Right.
Okay, so I'll leave it where it is. Now, where's the second card?
Did you hit 2?
No. Oh, now
Oh.
it says that we're not connected.
Uh-oh.
You've disconnected.
All right, well, that's interesting. Hang on. I'm getting a wait while we reconnect you.
Okay, I'm going to talk about some stuff going on in the chat window. Someone just put in a quote. Mr. Trench put in a quote. Kings made consoles more splendid than houses of the living and counted old games in the roles of their servers dearer than the names of their son. He's digitally changed it to Lord of the Rings. Okay, you're back.
Yep, I'm in.
Now, I still didn't get to see my bloody card.
All right. So what we'll do, if you want to give yourself another click,
Okay.
we're just going to manually, I know of no better way to do this than to just manually go ahead and make a run on R&D again, and I'll just let you in.
Okay. I think I have to, like, finish the run or something.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and hit escape. Yeah, and go ahead and try a run again.
Now, nothing happened when I hit escape.
Okay. Can you initiate another run?
No, I can't do anything.
Nothing. Huh. Alright. It
Can you even see my chat to you?
might have reset everything. Try hitting F1, see if that actually starts your turn. I can see your chat. I'm on. Or I'm back
Nothing.
on, rather.
I can't access the central server. Hacking. I'm being blocked by ice. None of that was real. Shoot, we're totally getting Netrunner here.
As well, can you see my ice? Because my ice all appears to be rezzed, even though technically it's not.
I can only see pop-up window.
Okay, that's good.
Try right-clicking R&D and saying take control. Okay.
Whoa, yeah. Hang on. Sorry, I've got to take control of all my cards again, apparently.
Use this card's ability / clear. Okay, you take control of everything. Highlight it. Use a window to highlight multiple cards.
Ha 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 ha. Alright. Pass control to... Nope. So
Oh, man.
Yeah, we just got a
Wait, if we
host.
die in the Netrunner, do we actually die in real life? Brandon has to take control of R&D.
Okay, go ahead and try it.
Okay, take control. I've taken control of it. Now what? Escape. So that you can
that's
double
what it
click
is.
initiate run. Yeah. Clear card? Nope. R&D. Use its ability / clear. Maybe do I have to clear my Netrunner? Clear card.
Just right-click anywhere in the general area, and then you should see runner actions. See if run on R&D will activate for you.
Runner actions.
Yeah, Mr. Trench just made a Mass
R&D.
Effect reference. I'm okay with it.
F7. Nothing! That's too bad. I was really enjoying this.
All right.
Using my Gondorian blade to slice your pop-up window in twain.
Well,
No, I don't want to watch your streaming video.
frack.
The worst is when a pop-up window has a video in it and it goes under, and then it scares the crap out of you when all of a sudden someone's talking to you.
Or so I've heard from a friend.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, you know.
In the theoretical sense.
It might just not have recovered from the disconnect.
Yeah.
I'm Commander This is my favorite stream on Twitch TV. Hey, thanks. Should we restart and then play quick?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because I'm getting it, and now, you know what's fair now is that I've got the gist of it, the basics of it, and now I'm ready to totally res you and destroy your R&D.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, hang on. Let's see.
Okay, folks, so now we're going to play for realsies.
Found illegal cards in my deck. That's the same... What the... Alright, I need to reload this game entirely. This is just not working.
Okay. Baffin the Wind has left the game. What is your username?
Leaf on the Wind?
Oh, Leaf. Okay, sorry. I thought you were trying to get all internet hacker elite speaky stuff.
Nope, I simply substituted an E for a 3.
Okay, so now let's start a game again.
Yep.
Most people probably know what happened there. I totally code broke your stupid thing, and then all of a sudden you're having technical errors. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Even Octagon can't handle the power of Gordian Blade.
Yeah. I know what it's like. Like, if I'm teaching a class and a kid outshines me, all of a sudden, you know, there's a lab accident. I've been there. I've been there. Okay, I'm not seeing your game, friend.
I'm about to start it.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
LucasArts is going to send you a cease and desist order for that wallpaper. I agree. The good news is we're making absolutely no money doing this, so they can suck blood from a stone. Calculator's racing. Knock, knock, knock. It's me. It's me. It's me. Waiting for other users. Okay, here we go. Fetching scripts. I can't believe the amount of automation in this. It's crazy.
Yeah, I play Star Wars on here too. There's a fair amount of automation there, but here it's another level above that.
I'm surprised FFG hasn't made a bit more of a stink about this, given that, like, it's really good. It's really full-featured. Like, Lord of the Rings is basically just a virtual playing surface, right? Whereas this is pretty big deal, and click cards and things happen.
Yeah, and I think it actually works best in both mediums the way it is, because the cooperative game, you don't really have to worry too much about your opponent being tricky about the automation, but here it's really nice because you can kind of rely on the system to keep your opponent at least somewhat honest.
True say. Okay, what 17 keystroke combination was it to get my cards on the table?
Control Shift S.
Oops, I pressed Control Alt Delete. Okay, so there we go. Ooh, new cards. Oh wow, that looks really powerful.
This is a weird.
I don't even know what any of the symbols on this card means. I want to play it. I want to go to there. Oh, a stupid promotional full art card. It just throws my brain off. Ooh, that's weird. Okay, that's really lame. I know what that's referencing in pulp culture. I think the hand I've got here is way better.
Fair enough. All right, sorry, give me 2 seconds.
I remember
here.
that. Dave is just mentioning that they talked about Octagon at the in-flight report last year in a sort of roundabout way, so they know it exists. I'm surprised they haven't made a fuss about it in this sense.
Yeah, I don't think they
Dave, were you at that thing? I was there at the same time, man. We crossed paths. Okay, are you playing? Oh, you mulliganed. Understandable.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
scared.
sorry. I have to step away for 30 seconds. Quick, fill the spot.
You have to step away?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm going to secretly tell the listeners what I've got in my hand. The one that I really want to play, guys, I'm lowering my voice because I don't want Sean to hear it. It's called the Toolbox, and it basically does everything. I don't even know what it does, but there's limit 1. It's got to be powerful. Then the other one I have is basically a can of Red Bull called Diesel. What the hell is that? And then I've got that geeky Easy Mark who's holding his iPad like 3 feet in the air. What an idiot. And then the trump card, I've got the Gondorian Blade again. So I'm just going to chop the hell out of Sean's business. So that's going to be it. Lord of Cheese, I agree. He's saying, I can't believe there isn't a PC version of this, an official one. Maybe it's not just me, but is there like just a giant fountain of cash if FFG digitizes their games? Like, for heaven's sakes. It can't be that difficult. Like, just get whatever that company is, Play, whatever it is. They do such good versions of games. I played that AEG game, Nightfall, and it was fantastic. It was really good.
And
okay, Sean's back. Everyone be cool.
All right, so you ready to go?
Yeah, let me just give you back control of your hand. Okay, there we go.
All right, so I will hit F1 to start my turn.
Now, there's a good question here, Sean. Is there a limit to the number of each card you can have in your deck, like most other games?
There's the standard living card game, 3 of 1 specific card title.
Okay.
The only other restriction, and that's actually a good point, so if we mouse over both of the identities here, you'll see in the lower right-hand corner you've got 2 numbers, 45 and 15, which is kind of the standard spread. Okay. 45, the top number is going to denote the minimum deck size for that identity.
Okay, so Mac has to have 45 cards.
Exactly. And then the lower number is going to denote the amount of influence you can include from out of faction cards.
Okay. Now, people are threatening to tell you what's in my grip, Sean. I trust that you won't look at that secret information. Acid Burn 1, new players, I assume. I'm Brandon, and I've basically never played before. But we had one sort of flubbed game the first time, and I was crushing. And I totally get this.
You've played like 3 turns at this point.
Yeah, 3 turns, and I feel like I'm destroying.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get it started here. I'm going to do...
Come on, Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, sadly not this turn. I'm going to do Beanstalk Royalties.
I like the concept of the Beanstalk. It's this space elevator that the Wayland Consortium owns.
Yeah, and it goes up to the moon. Or rather, sorry, it goes up into low orbit.
And these jerks make you pay to do it. Are they jerks? Are they providing a service? I don't think the corporation's as evil as we think. Okay, so your first click is you're taking some Beanstalk royalties. Gain $3.
Correct. Then as well, I will Beanstalk royalties again because, you know, money makes more money.
Just riding that Beanstalk.
So each one of these helps me gain 3, and then as well, each one of these is a transaction. So because of my identity, I gain an additional 1, so I'm getting 4 for each of them.
Up and down the Beanstalk. Up and down.
And then I will install a piece of ice over HQ.
Okay, weak start, but what can you do?
All right.
Is it my turn now?
It is your turn. Go ahead and hit F1.
Firmly press F1. Hiya. Didn't do it. Hiya. There we go. I think often my octagon gets mixed up because often, you know, when I press Control N in Lord of the Rings, Firefox opens a new window. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, I like this card. Hey, noob, lower your iPad a little bit. I'm going to go into this Geeks Trust Fund and steal $3 from him.
Oh, what? Can you
Which
see
I think
what
it did already for me. What?
I said, oh, what? Can you see what I'm typing? No, you shouldn't look at that.
Password is sexy big boobs. What a loser that guy is. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is drink some of that diesel. Draw 3 cards. Wow, diesel's really good. I don't actually drink energy drinks. Here's a little interesting fact. I never consume caffeine. Ever. In any quantity. No chocolate, no coffee, no Coke, nothing with caffeine in it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is...
So Mondays must be particularly terrible for you.
What's that?
I said Mondays must be particularly terrible for you.
Yeah, they are. They're mornings in general are pretty evil. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is play another easy mark. God, people, shield your iPads. And then the final thing I'm going to do is, all I really wanted to do is in this game, installing the toolbox. Yeah, deal with that. I don't know what it does, but I know it's good.
All right,
Boom.
so
Game 1. What does it do, Sean?
let me explain these icons to you. So the first one you see is a little chip.
Yes.
That refers to your memory units. You'll see
Okay.
each of your programs has that icon up by its cost as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When you install a program, it takes up one of your memory units. You start out with a default of 4.
Okay.
Obviously, this one gives you +2, so now you have 6.
Nice. Okay. I'm serious. Now, what's the next symbol?
The next one is link strength. So you'll see on the identity up in the upper left-hand corner, you've got Mac has a paltry or a decent 1 rather. So that's what you're going to start any trace as your base value is your link strength. So this gives you +2, so you're a 3 now for your link strength.
Okay, and what does that mean?
That means anytime a trace is initiated, 3 is what you start at, and then you reinforce it with credits.
Okay, and what is a trace?
Trace is something that's generally initiated by a corporation card, whether it's ICE or an event, or an operation rather. And beneficial things for the corporation generally happen if the trace is successful. So the runner has an interest in making sure they don't get traced.
Okay, that makes sense. Now I also get 2 rolling over credits.
Correct. 2 recurring credits, and then it says use these credits to pay for using icebreakers. So those will refresh themselves at the beginning of every one of your turns.
Cool. Where do those show up? In my regular bank?
Nope, you'll see they're actually noted as credit icons directly on the console.
Jeez, I saw it as soon as I asked. Now I feel stupid. There they are.
But what's really nice is Octagon automates spending those first whenever you spend credits on breakers.
Which makes sense, right? If they're fleeting.
Right.
Oh man, I feel really good about the toolbox. I feel like now I'm ready to just net run all over your ass. Okay, it's your turn. Do I have to do something to end my turn?
Yep, you hit F12.
Oh wow, all the way on the other end of the F keys. Okay, it's your turn. Good luck, loser. Try to make sure you announce what you're doing. Pause, wait, halt. Oh no, wait, I just moused over something. Okay, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, I'm going to...
More people talking about Jitanki.
Oh, yeah.
Jinteki.
Jinteki.
Jinteki. Is it that good? Is it broken? Like,
it's not broken.
I need these kind of warnings. Do I want to avoid the game because of an unbalanced
No,
deck?
it's not. It's definitely not unbalanced, but that is a faction where you have to know what you're running up against. You have to know what their traps are, what they cost. You have to know. It's a very good exercise in risk assessment. So if you go into that blind, you're gonna get murdered.
Does anybody call it Jank Techie? Not until now.
Alright, so I drew a card. I'm going to install a piece of ice over this server, which has nothing in it yet.
Interesting. Why?
Well, because eventually I'll probably put something in it.
Subsidiary data fort. Remote server.
Yep, so that's a remote server. And then as well, I will install this piece of ice over R&D. And I use my first click to
Leaving your
draw.
archives wide open. Excellent. Okay.
All right, that's my turn.
That's
Go
it?
ahead.
You're done?
Yep, I drew first and then installed 2 ice.
Weak sauce. Okay, I'm going to, for my first one... You do not... Oop. I need to start my turn pressing F1. Okay, now it's happy. I'm going to keep looking at dem iPads. What you got there? What's your password, bro? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm gonna have to steal your cache. Okay, the next
idiot
one.
might put that on his luggage.
Spaceballs. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to put an icebreaker called Crypsis on,
Crispy.
and he's gonna break your AI virus ice. What does this thing do?
All right, so AI generally in this game can break basically any ice type. They're not specific to one type of ice, but there's always
cool. So
some...
I can break anything.
Exactly, but there's always some additional cost. They're generally very low strength, so you have to pump credits in them to get them up to the appropriate strength.
Oh, I see, yeah.
The drawback with Crypsis is if you read his bottom text when you encounter a piece of ice, in which Crypsis is used to break a subroutine. You remove a hosted virus counter or trash Crypsis. And then as an ability, you can use a click to put one of those virus counters on Crypsis. So you actually have to waste some actions to get some a counter or a set of counters on him, so that way he doesn't go away when you use him. Or, if you feel like trashing him afterward, that's perfectly acceptable too.
I see, I see. Okay, my next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play... Oh, you do not seem to have enough credits to take this action. Are you sure you want to proceed?
Don't cheat, Brandon.
Hold on! Use these credits to pay for breakers.
For using icebreakers, not for installing them.
Oh, boo. Toolbox? More like the fool box. I feel ashamed. Okay, I'm going to play out Infiltration. If you want to expose a target, simply ask the corp to use the expose option on the table. However, if you have a target selected when you play this card, we will also announce that for you.
Yep, so
do I want to gain 2 credits? No. I want you to expose yourself to me, sir. I want to see what's in front of your R&D.
R&D?
Yeah.
All right, I will expose... Oh. That.
Roto turret. Trash 1 program. End the run. What kind of... Oh, it's a sentry.
Yep.
Okay. Though I can always use my virus to destroy that crap. My last click is I'm going to put a virus counter on Crypsis.
Alright.
2. Remove 1 virus... No. Place 1 virus counter on Crypsis.
Yep, so you should just be able to double click it, click your thing, and then...
Oops, crap. Okay, double click. Click, place 1 virus counter. Finish selection.
Yep.
Nice! Look at that virus counter. That's like the original Michelangelo virus. You remember that one? No, you're probably too young for that, Sean. Back in the day, on a copy of Police Quest 3, I ended up with the Michelangelo virus, and my parents were so pissed. Because they had talked about the danger of viruses, and I was like, whatever. And then we got it. Okay, my turn is over. I'm going to click F12.
Wait, the internet existed back then?
No, man. You had to get it by, like, sharing stuff from one computer to the other on a floppy diskette.
Oh, like shareware? Like, oh, man.
Now, Acid Burn's suggesting that you teach me shift plus right-click to target.
Yeah, and that's the same.
It's just like in Lord of the Rings, right?
Exactly like that, yep.
Okay, so if I target something and then do something, the game's going to try to figure something out?
Generally. If the action you're taking has something that you target. If you pre-target it, it'll automatically go that way, I think.
Okay. Alright, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Alright. I will...
Shift left click. Okay.
Install that. Draw a card and hedge fund for...
Oh, damn it, I
credits.
hate your hedge fund. Is that generally considered a strong card?
It's a very strong card. It's really good surge economy.
It does seem quite good.
The runner counterpart that you'll find in your deck is called Sure Gamble.
Okay.
Alright, so that's my turn. Go ahead.
Okay. F1. Okay, I have 4 clicks. I'm going to, if I gain a credit, it's just going to take a click, right?
Right.
What else does this do? 1, break the subroutine. Okay, I've used 2 clicks. Oh, look, the click counter didn't go down.
Oh, it didn't.
Do I have to, like, double-click the credit icon?
Did you manually increase the credit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. Okay, so if you hit Control-C, it'll do the click as well. So now just get yourself back to where you should be manually.
Now I'm exactly where I need to be.
Yeah.
Control-C for the cash money. Okay, now I'm going to make a run on that remote server.
This guy?
Yep. Right there, buddy. Are you going to res your ice? Or are you just going to let me steal that agenda, brah? I'm maybe getting a little hopeful.
Yeah, why not? We'll go ahead and pay 4 Therese Data Pike.
Ooh, it's a code gate. The runner must pay 2. If able, if able. If the runner cannot pay 2, end the run. End the run. How much? Okay, so if I pay 2, that breaks the first subroutine.
Okay, so here's what happens. So my data pike, if you prefer,
Yeah.
is at a strength of 2.
I say data, by the way.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, shoot. And stupid thing is at a strength of 0.
Crypsis is at 0. So you would need to spend 2 credits for its paid ability to bring it up to a 2 so that you can interact with data pike. And then, per Crypsis, we've got a paid ability, 1 credit to break an ice subroutine. So a total, if you're going to break everything on data pike, it's going to cost you 4 credits.
Yeah, I'm going to break it.
All right, so go ahead and click on Crypsis. Then you'll want to do your selections in order. So 2 strength and then 2 breaks.
Wait, every time I break... You've used to break a subroutine ends. Remove 1 host... Okay, that's fine.
Yep, so it's after the ice as a whole.
Okay, so I've paid.
Okay.
Broke.
Okay.
Now let me see that subroutine. I don't know if it's a good idea, or remote server. I don't know if it's a good idea for... Oh, I got recurring credits too, bro.
Yep, and it spent those first automatically. You had 4 credits in your pool. You spent 4, so now you still have 2 left.
Thanks, Mr. Trench, who's just so good at games, apparently. Okay, let's see what you got.
All
I
right,
get to look at the subroutine now, right? Or the remote server?
Right, so I acknowledge a successful run with F3. You do as well with F3. I'm sorry, it's Control-Enter. So you select the card with Shift...
Hold on. I pressed F3. Was I not supposed to?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So if you click Shift-Click.
Shift-click what? The remote server?
Yep, the card that's in the server.
Okay.
Then you hit Control-Enter to access.
What we got? Ooh, the Melange Mining Corp. Click, click, click. Gain 7. The spice must flow.
Yep, so then if you see down in the lower right-hand corner, that is its trash cost. So you can pay that to get rid of it if you'd like.
Hell yeah. I'm just going to blow up Arrakis.
All right.
Boom! I think the window's probably going to explode and people cheering and stuff right now, right? Like, you just got so owned. Okay, I've got 1 more click left, right?
It would appear so.
Oh, now I need to remove a virus from Crypsis, do I not?
It should automatically do it for you when you end the run.
Okay. How do I end the run?
Which you'll do by taking whatever your next action is.
Oh, I see. I'm going to... is there a special button to draw a card? No, I just double-click my deck, right?
Right.
Zzz. Okay.
Oh, and it didn't remove the virus token, so go ahead and do that manually. Just drag it off.
Bye.
All right.
Okay, so now I press F12.
Yep, and
I could see how this could be kind of like fast-paced and exciting if...
yeah, turns go really quickly once you know what you're doing.
If people had a clue what they were doing. Moof Doom is the new guy. It doesn't automatically remove the virus counters. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Or will I?
Let's see. Draw.
You're kind of in, like, desperation mode, yeah?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and let you think that.
I need some credits. That's my weakness right now. If anybody in the window has a little brainwave about how I can get some credits, let me know. Other than spending clicks, that seems just slow and annoying.
Then I'll install that.
What? Did you just install a remote server?
I installed something in that server, yes.
Behind DataPike? DataPike doesn't go away?
Right.
Oh, that's annoying. So
All right.
you're just getting ever more powerful.
Yep, then I draw, and you go ahead.
I wonder what you slipped behind there. My suspicion, an agenda. Okay, I press F1. Toolbox triggers. Boom. I'm going to draw a card. Oh, hello.
Oh.
And then
Sorry.
I'm going to draw another card.
Moved him. Hang on. He corrected me. I do have to install that here.
Okay. Okay. I understand, you're cheating to win, but so necessary.
This is not my deck, guys. I have never played this specific card before in a deck that I've actually played, so cut me a little bit of a break.
Don't cut him any slack, guys. Roast him. Okay, I'm going to Control C to grab that hot money, and then say turn. Boring turn, I know. Sorry, everyone. I'll get back to crushing next turn. Seriously. I've got plays next turn. Mad plays. You have $14?
I do.
God, man, spend it. I guess that's the benefit of being a huge, powerful consortium.
Let's see.
Oh, you're getting super grief for cheating on my very first game, Sean.
I'm going to go ahead and install this. I'll play
Interesting.
2 clicks and 2 credits to advance it twice. And then score.
Uh-oh.
Hostile takeover.
Now you're winning.
I have 1 point. All right, so when I
score hostile takeover, gain $7.
And I take a bad publicity. Now, bad publicity
bad.
Is something that the corporation gets. Basically, what that means is for every bad publicity the corporation has, the runner gets 1 recurring credit on each run to use specifically during that run. But then it would go away if it's not used.
Oh, not as good. I want each time for us to think of what the bad publicity headline was every time I make a run.
All right, so that's my turn. You go ahead.
Weak. Okay, so I'm going to press F1. That's hard to remember that. Oh God, I need money. Let's see here. I'm gonna draw a card. Ooh. Interesting. I'm gonna get a resource. And then I'm going to play... Everything costs money, eh? I'm going to play the Gondorian...
Yeah, you are definitely adding letters into there.
Blade. Okay, now I can still pay for the ice there. Wait, what is this one? This one is a code gate. This one is a code gate. Oh, too bad that stupid thing wasn't in the remote server. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is... I'm going to make a run on... No. No, I'm not. I'm going to take a click to put a virus counter on me old Crypsis here.
Yep.
Probably a terrible idea. Sorry, viewers.
No.
Go ahead, Sean.
It's not going to be relevant right now because I'm not going to do it, but one thing you should know as it pertains to virus counters.
Yes?
One of the available actions that the corporation has is that they can spend 3 clicks, so essentially their entire turn, to purge all virus counters on the runner's cards.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, you'll see it particularly with Anarch cards, that they're pretty virus token heavy and they get really powerful once they have several virus tokens on them.
Okay.
Though there certainly are others. But I'm certainly not going to waste my whole turn just to purge 1.
Okay.
All right. So
I think you should. And each time you purge, you have to name a virus scanning piece of software. I know many. What are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
You have 19 credits. The world is your oyster, man. If I had 19 credits, the game would be over. It would be GG's right now.
All right,
okay,
I'll go ahead and install this ice over R&D. Now, when I install a piece of ice beyond the first, so whenever you install a piece of ice, you have to pay an additional credit cost for each other piece of ice you have installed in that server.
Oh, so wow. That's really going to break your bank.
I pay an additional 1 for that.
Gee.
Then as well, I will...
Major drawback there.
Suppose I'll throw this over here.
I can tell you right now the flaw of my deck is resource generation. Look at you icing it up. Those R&D and headquarters are frozen. Good thing I'm going for the archives.
Then I suppose I'll draw a card. You go right ahead. Now, listeners, I'll go ahead and just... I'm sorry, viewers at this point. I'll go ahead and appeal to your mercy. Is this not the shittest hand you've ever seen?
Probably really good.
I'm doing my best, but I'm not being given a whole lot here.
Don't say stuff like that in a teaching game. Now I'm gonna feel terrible when I lose. All right, I'm going to Does anyone ever, as the Netrunner, just do credit? Or is that like the worst
now,
play ever?
I will let you know that there are three copies of a specific economy card in your deck that will definitely increase the efficiency of those clicks.
Okay.
So you may want to try to draw into it a little bit, but if you've got something specific in mind that you want for the credits.
Well, that was a fail. Okay, I'm going to play Infiltration to gain 2 credits, even though I feel like that's probably a mistake.
Me.
And then I'm going to gain another credit at the cost of a click. And then we're going to make a run, son.
Alright.
I want to see what be in R&D. Old Mac is going to make another run, even though she swore she retired from the game 2 runs ago. Oh, I've got a new token on my card. I've got a bad publicity token.
Yep. So that's to remind you that you have an additional credit to spend on every run.
Okay. Wow, this just got even easier.
So I'll go ahead and... I'll res for 3 Shadow.
Ooh, it's a Tracer. Shadow can be advanced and has +1 strength for each advancement token on it. Enter icon. The corp gains $2. Well, who cares? Next one, trace 3. If successful, give the runner 1 tag. Well, it's a fail, right? Because I already have trace 3.
Well, so when a trace goes off, the corporation can spend credits to reinforce it.
Oh my god!
And then the runner has the opportunity to do the same thing.
Okay.
So that's how that goes.
What you gonna do?
Alright, so you've got Crypsis. You could potentially break...
I'm gonna break only the second subroutine. Is that doable?
Yep.
I can let the first subroutine trigger and then break the second subroutine.
Certainly could.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so go ahead and click on Crypsis, or double click on Crypsis. Then you need to increase its strength to 1, and then 1 to break the trace subroutine.
Finish. Okay, so now you get $2.
Yep, so then I'll trigger my gain 2 credit subroutine, and that goes off. Perfect.
Now do you want to res your next piece of ice?
First, are you going on?
Did you spend 3 to res that shadow?
I sure did.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Yeah, I want to continue.
Okay, just making sure. All right, we're gonna go ahead and
icing death. The sword of, well, I can't even say his name. Drizzt.
We'll go ahead.
Duerden.
We'll spend 4 to res Roto Turret.
Oh, not this stupid thing again. Shooties. Shooties McGee. When an encounter with a piece of ice in it, which you just use Crypsis to break the subroutine ends, remove 1 hosted virus counter or trash Crypsis.
Yep. So
can I use Crypsis again?
You can. You're less 1 virus token at this point, though, and Crypsis' strength is back down to 0 for this ice.
But your strength is 0 as well.
Correct.
What is this? This is a decoder. Breaks a code gate. What is this thing? A destroyer, a sentry. Okay, I'm gonna use... Can I use Crypsis again?
You can, but the downside
What about
will
the
be...
virus counter? I'm gonna be -1 virus counters?
Right, which means if you use Crypsis, you will trash it at the end of the encounter, after it's broken the ice.
Okay. Epic Rag has to run. See you, buddy. We're actually going to be streaming on Tuesday. Good enough. Brandon, did you forget it was there? What did I forget? He probably did forget. What are they thinking I forgot?
I thought you had exposed this a little earlier with an infiltrate.
Oh, yeah, I totally did forget.
That's
Correct.
right. You're on information overload right now, so you
It
know.
is true. No wonder it seems so familiar. I think I may have said, "Oh, that guy again." Yeah, I totally forgot. Okay, I'm gonna use Crypsis again. I gotta see what's in R&D.
Okay.
So I will click it to break. Hold on, cancel that. I want to break both. Wait, is this a program? Can I break the end the run and then let the trash the one program happen and it trashes Crypsis?
You could. The difference is here when the trash one program is on the corpse card, the corp chooses what is trashed. So you probably.
Oh, you're gonna trash my Gundorian blade.
I probably would.
Okay, fine. I'm going to break.
Okay.
Finish.
That's the way to do it. All right. So I'll acknowledge a successful run.
And now I press F3 as well.
Correct.
Still not so sure on this. Proceed to R&D files. Yes.
Yep. And this time you
How
only
many
access
files?
one.
I want to see 2, right?
No, this time you only access one. You don't have the interface out.
Oh, that was the last game. Okay. Okay, 1. Now accessing file. Oh, pop-up window. Whoop-de-frig.
You always hate to see pop-up window.
Okay, I will leave stupid pop-up window where it is. Okay.
All right. Is that your last click?
That was my last click, yeah.
All right. Go ahead and hit F12.
And now I have to take a virus counter off Crypsis.
Yep. And
now
okay.
I cannot take a virus counter off of it.
Right, and then it was trashed.
Okay, how do I trash?
You
Delete?
should just be able to hit delete.
Goodbye, Crypsis. You were a pretty sick virus. But not quite as hot as Michelangelo. The original virus. Okay, your turn.
Oh, it sure is. We're gonna go ahead and draw a card.
Trashing Crypsis freed up another one of my memory units, though, so be prepared, son. My head's about to get full of business.
Lord. We'll go ahead and pay 2 to res Research Station, which increases my hand size by 2.
Ooh. And I can, if I successfully make a run on HQ, I can pay 3 to destroy that stupid station.
Exactly.
Is the main weapon on it operational? Oh wait, research station. I'm getting confused.
All right, then I'll play Restructure and draw a card. Your turn.
Okay. This is the turn where it all happens.
Now, if I were you, you're having some serious trouble with economy.
Yes.
There are more than a few things that you can dig for in that deck for economy, so I might draw until you hit something.
Okay, even if I have to discard stuff?
Right. I mean, you might have a line into my remote server right now, but there's nothing there, so it does you nothing to run this turn.
Okay, hold on a second. Ooh! Oh!
All right.
Good.
I think he drew it.
Okay, I'm going to play Daily Casts.
Oh, there's one.
Place 8 credits from the bank on Daily Casts when it is installed. When there are no credits left on Daily Casts, trash it. Take $2 when your turn begins. Okay. Daily Cast, like it's talking about like a webcast every day. That's a lot. Okay, so I have 1 credit left. I'm glad, or click left. I'm glad it's tracking because I would have no idea. I'm gonna draw another card. I need more daily casts. Okay, go ahead. Warning, you have more card. Little grammatical error there. You have more card in your hand than your current hand size maximum 5. Please discard enough and then use declare end of turn action again. Okay. I'm going to get rid of... I have another toolbox. I should just ditch that, yeah?
Yeah, it's unique. Really no use for it.
You would have to be a real tool to want to keep that card. Okay, so I'm going to press F12 again, and hopefully it will let me. It is over. Mac has gone to sleep for the day. Wake up, Mac.
All right, I'm
Follow
gonna
the
go
white
ahead
rabbit.
and install a piece of ice.
That party that Neo went to where they're playing Rob Zombie looked frigging awesome. Like, I don't go to a lot of clubs and parties anymore, but I'd still go to that one.
All the pale chicks you can bang.
Which are like, it's like my secret. Well, I guess I'm telling the whole world, but I really like the goth gals. Okay, so you put something in the remote server?
Yep, so I
Stupid.
installed a piece of ice. Hang on, did I pay the extra credit for that? I did not. So there's that. Then I installed something in the server, and then I'm going to advance it once.
Oh my god, it's an agenda.
You go ahead.
I must get it. But how? Okay, so now, when I press F1, is it going to give me my cash monies?
It should,
Daily
automatically.
cast? Okay, good. $2 makes me holler. Okay. I'm going to draw a card. I love drawing cards. Oh, not this stupid one again. I've got a new name for this card. I already hate it. Yeah, I'm going to draw another card. I don't need that stupid thing either.
That's the thing about this game versus Lord of the Rings. That ability to draw cards at will is just intoxicating sometimes.
Too tempting. Okay, I'm going to pay 2 because this thing is so cool. And I'm going to install, see the use of the term there? The Corroder. It's an icebreaker whose type is Fractor. I'm actually going to be creating a Fractor deck. Break barriers, +1 strength. I've been breaking down barriers. Okay, anyways. Break code gate subroutine. You must have something wicked in terms of ice in front of that stupid data pike. And the run, and the run. God. I almost blasphemed. Stop myself. Okay, I'm gonna draw another card. Why not? Yes! I mean, okay, yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna discard this stupid thing, which was the office chair with the high-tech bubblegum stuck under the desk. And definitely this piece of crap. Wait.
You know?
I wouldn't want duplicate programs, right? Okay, bounce.
Right, yeah. That's the better discard for sure.
Yeah. Okay. F12. I swear, next turn it's about to get real. Yeah, if you can win the game, you probably should, like, right now, Sean.
Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 credits and 3 clicks to advance and score Corporate War.
Damn it. If you have at least 7 when you score this, gain 7. Otherwise, lose all credits in your credit pool. I'm assuming you are going to gain 7.
I certainly did and have. So go ahead.
What a sweet corporate war.
With bazookas.
I just discarded one of the strongest cards in the game, someone said.
Right, but he has it on the table as well.
I think he's talking about
oh, R&D interface? Yes, that is an extremely strong card.
Whoops. Oh yeah, I can see that, because then I can look through a lot of your R&D and see if there's agendas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, learning. Is it my turn?
It is, and yes, for clarification, he did undo it. He instead trashed an extra copy of Gordian Blade.
I had to discard 2 cards, so I did indeed ditch R&D interface.
You did? Oh, man.
And Gondorian Spearman.
All right, well, deride away. Get him.
My
Get
bad.
him.
My bad. Okay. Now the cost in the upper left for events is the credit cost, right?
Correct.
Son of a... Okay. I'm going to get credit, and then I'm going to pay Sure Gamble.
Yep.
Now I'm flush with cash. Okay, and then I'm going to try and get rid of some of my haters, and I'm going to install R&D interface. The other one I had in my hand.
In Acid Burn, you are correct. You don't want to hit multiple snares, but this is a teaching game, so I was merciful in that I included none.
Mr. Trench, maybe his other cards are ridiculously good. No, I think I'm just ridiculously bad. It is your turn, friendo.
All right.
Now that I got money, it's run time. You best ice up, buddy, because I'm just gonna run you into the dirt. You know, I need something to break sentries.
It's in there.
Instead, I've got possibly the stupidest cards ever created by man.
Oh god, so much of this game just comes down to arithmetic.
And there's a little bit of reading.
Yeah, there's that too.
It's the 2 R's.
And why not? We'll go ahead and
Even
install this ice over my remote.
Whoa.
Paying an
You must
additional
have something
2.
really... Oh, wait a second. There's nothing there. Jeez. You've got a house there.
And I'll go ahead and install this in the root. Or root, if you prefer.
That's your remote server.
And then I'll advance it once. Go ahead.
Dave, I don't know if anybody would watch our Commands and Colors. Plus, if I don't win the next time, I think I'm going to have to retire. Even that lurking guy is going to stop watching. Okay, so you've paid 1 credit.
Correct.
To put 1 advancement token on it.
Exactly.
To try and cash in that agenda before I do all my business on it. Okay, well, there's 3 things in front of that. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. Daily cast. Okay, I got my money there. Okay, I'm going to draw a card. Frig! Draw a card. Oh, hello. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I like this one. I call this my magnum opus.
There it is.
I can spend a click to gain 2 resources.
Thereby doubling your efficiency of money.
Okay, and now my final thing is I'm gonna make a run on R&D, brah.
Dave says he's going to set himself the easy mode in your next game.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just ignoring it. My feelings were destroyed.
All right, you're running on R&D.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm making a run.
Everything's res, so you go ahead and interact with it as you will.
Okay.
So you hit Shadow first.
For Shadow, I'm gonna allow
nothing.
you.
Because I see you're going to do nothing because you have no sentry breakers.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'll go ahead and gain 2, and then we'll initiate a trace here.
Now, why is it traced to the power of 3?
Because that's what I start at. You start at your link strength, and then I start at the trace value of the card. So I start at a 3. I'll go ahead and leave it. Oh, wait, what are you at with toolbox? You're at a 3?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I can't stop that sentry.
Right. But the trace is actually what makes the thing happen. You're not breaking the subroutine.
Wait, wait, wait. But then I'm going to hit the next sentry that's just going to end the run.
Oh, right, that. That's
Hold
true.
on. I want to back up. I want to back up. You going to let me retcon?
Oh, what's the mercy meter at for this game?
I'll just take 2 credits and walk away. I'll just have used magnum opus, okay?
All right,
End of
we'll
turn.
allow it.
End of turn. It's not letting me end. Okay, there we go. Did I mention I need a sentry breaking thing, for God's sakes?
If you want access to R&D, you do. All right, so I'll go ahead and place
R&D.
3 advancement on 3 clicks, 3 credits for 3 advanced tokens, and then
the chat windows are calling for mercy. Oh, did you just win?
no, I'm not there yet. I'm at a total of 5 agenda points. I need 7 to win.
Okay, and currently I have 0. Ugh. Well, when you lose as often as I do, you become an awesome loser. Okay, I'm gonna draw a card. Oh, hello. Oh, I like you. I'm gonna play that again. Let's get back to casting daily. And then, jeez, I don't know. Something terrible is going to happen if I do. I feel like you're going to have sentries everywhere. Is that a reasonable assumption?
You've got 4 pieces of ice you haven't seen. It's up to you to draw conclusions, man.
Yeah, I got a feeling there's going to be pure sentries. Okay, I'm going to I guess draw a card. Hello. I don't need you anymore. And then I'm going to use Magnum Opus. And then my turn is over.
Alright.
I want to do more running, but I feel like I just can't. Like, that's the fun part.
Right.
Maybe I'll just get archives.
The devil's in the setup, generally.
Oh, there is stuff in your archives. But it's all like crap I know, right?
Yeah, it's all face up at this point.
Boo.
We'll go ahead.
I'm gonna be flush with cash soon. I know I've been saying that since like '93. You know those people in life that are always turning it around? That's how I feel in this game.
Yep.
Yo, next year
It's gonna be a better tomorrow, man. It's gonna be better tomorrow.
I'm down on my luck today. Okay, you're installing something into your remote server. The unstoppable code fortress. That's where I want to go. Just cut through it like a hot knife through butter. What's this now? More ice on R&D. I see.
Alright, then I'll gain a credit. Go ahead.
Okay. Come on, action. I've woken up. I have 9 credits. I draw a card. Okay. That's interesting. I will, how many runs can I make per turn? As many as I want to spend clicks?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to make a run on the archives and succeed, so acknowledge the success.
Yes, sir. That is a successful run.
Oh, you know what? But I wanted to use this event.
Oh, you have dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Alright, back it up. Gain a click.
Pressing no will abort this action, and then you can jack out or finish the run successfully with escape. How do we back up?
I don't know. Hit whatever ends the run on your end.
Yes. Okay, now I'll just discard this and give myself 5 credits.
Well, if you go ahead and click yourself back up to what you would have been before you played the card. What, did you draw 1 and then played? Okay. So then you want to hit escape to... Yep, okay, perfect.
Archives. Acknowledge success.
Boop.
Okay, I'm looking. Would the corp get that much ice? Son's kite witch because he hasn't res much ice. Oh yeah, you'd have to pay, right? That's an interesting strategy.
Oh, it's an essential strategy.
Okay, I want to acknowledge a successful run. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a run on. No, hold on. I'm gonna draw a card. I can't stop drawing cards. Lowering the cost by 3. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna make a run on this remote server. I just want to see what it is.
Okay.
I don't care if I'm gonna get all broke up. I got so much cash, it's insane. I love this game.
I'll go ahead and pay 7 to res Hadrian's Wall.
Barrier.
Come
Promoter.
tumbling
Promote that
down
business.
the wall.
What is the strength on that thing? 7? Oh my god. Okay, so I need to.
Brandon is his own Jinteki.
I'm gonna spend 5 credits to increase its strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then break. You just got corroded, bitch.
Fair
Next.
enough. I will not res that next piece of ice.
Yeah, now it's happening. Okay, the next one is the Dater Pike. Runner must pay 2 if able. If the runner cannot pay 2 and the run, I'll pay 2. How do I do that? Just
Do you want to interact with it first?
yeah.
We'll go ahead and do that because that is a subroutine.
How do I interact with it? I haven't been interacting with anything.
You have because you just did it with CotR. The subroutines only go off if something doesn't break them first. So if you want to have a chance of breaking them, go for it.
Okay, and that is a code gate. And I have a strength of 2, and you have a strength of 2. Oh yeah, I'll just break both those pieces of crap with my Gondorian blade.
Okay.
Break, break. Oh, I'm liking this.
All right, that is successful.
Now I've gotten to the beautiful, tasty nougat that is your data.
All right, go ahead and select
I've
the card.
shift-clicked it.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Then it's Control-Enter.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, oh, it's that stupid one again. Yeah, I'll pay 1 to trash it. See ya. The spice shan't flow. I thought it was an agenda. You're a jerk. Okay, I'm done.
You
my
were
clicks.
meant to. Okay.
Oh man, you played into my newbiness. Warning. Oh god, maximum cards. Okay.
I'm being fairly merciful, I'll have you know.
I'm getting rid of yet another stupid Gondorian blade. I have so many of those stupid things. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Okay. I have 12.
All right.
Now I understand a little bit more on this game. You had so much money because I wasn't making you res crap.
That is a big part of it, yes.
Well, business is about to pick up, bro.
Let's see.
Where's servers bogged down because too much porn surfing is happening? That would be cool if there was a card that was based on a porn star and it just caused everything to crash. Sean, you're totally stumped, aren't you, bud?
I am having a rough time with this hand right now. It's I just have
Hand?
weird...
You mean magical paintbrush?
Let's see. We'll probably...
Hey, Brandon, what are you playing as? I'm playing as Mac, Digital Tinkerer.
We'll spend 1, 2...
Wait, she's not a digital tinkerer. She's just a tinker. I'm a tinker.
That's true. Digital tinker.
Is that like gangsta speak for thinker? What is a tinker?
She's one who tinks.
Why aren't they like a band of Irish people, the Tinkers? I'm pretty sure they are.
All right, so
Okay,
I installed
are you
that
done?
in the I installed that in the root. I gain a credit, and then I will advance. Go ahead.
Okay. Did I press F1? Oh yeah, she woke up.
Yep, you're good.
Do my daily webcast. On today's webisode, Kate is going to paint a new picture. Okay, I'm going to draw a card. Yeah. Keep up those casts. Such a source of information is I, being Kate.
Look at that trickle economy. Reagan would be proud.
John and Kate plus 8 is today's webcast. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install... No. I'm going to use... Oh, fuck. Oops, sorry. I got stuff I want to do, but I'm just like, it's going to fail. It's going to totally fail. I'm just going to make a natural run on the HQ.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
oh wow, as in like you didn't see that coming.
You haven't done it all game, so it was very unexpected.
Boom.
All right. I will not res that first piece of ice.
Back up in your ass with a resurrection. Okay, next one.
Yep. I'll pay 1.
Oh, so it's a crappy one. Excellent. Paying 1 to res it? I'm gonna totally smash this.
No, you know what? I'm not going to pay 1 to res it. You have a successful
Oh, I'm
run
getting in
if you
trouble
want
for
to.
swearing.
If you want to
I
come on
kind of
in.
muffled it. I think it still gets past the censor. Okay, what are you trying to do?
No, it's a successful run. Come on in if you want it.
Oh, really? Yeah, that was a Office Space reference there, Tom. Good shot. Okay, so what do I do now? I want to successfully run all over this business.
All
I
right,
want to
so
destroy the research station. I just want to run amok.
All right, so hit F3, I believe.
Acknowledged. Routing to all that stupid crap. I'm gonna email the person who makes this and say, like, what a wonderful job. My one piece of advice is make those little windows a little bit clear. How many files are you able to access from the HQ? I believe just 1.
Just the 1. So it's
All right.
going to take a random card from my hand.
Card research station. Pay 2, 3, comma 1 to trash. What the hell?
Okay, so it's.
Why does it say 3-1 to trash?
I don't know
Pay
why.
2.
I don't know why 3-1. It's got a 3 trash cost. So.
Pay 2, 3 minus 1.
Oh,
Here's
minus
something-
minus 1 because of your bad publicity. It's showing that you have that extra credit still to spend on this.
Trash
run.
it. And I also want to trash the active research station.
Okay, so then you go ahead and select it, and then hit Control Enter.
People are like 3 minus 1. Yeah, we're stupid. Okay, what do I do?
You select the card that you're accessing, which in this case is that research station.
Oh, Control Shift, click. Yeah.
Yep, and then hit Control Enter.
Okay. Still tricky to get. Pay 3 to trash. Yeah.
Except that
Oh, I don't have enough credits.
You don't have 3.
Son of a C. Okay.
Now,
no.
given the order that you did things, would you have preferred to trash the one that I actually had installed?
I said no and it just disappeared. How do we undo?
Well, okay. My point being.
Yeah, I'd much rather have destroyed the one
Okay.
that you...
Then I'll put back the one that you trashed.
Did I
from
get to
my
choose
hand.
the order that I did that in?
Yes, you can choose to.
Oh, yeah, my first order of business would have been to destroy the existing one.
All right, we'll call it good then.
Okay. Now I still have 1 click. I can't even believe that. I'm going to use it with Magnum Opus to get some cash money.
All right.
F12. I'm in this thing. I'm in this.
All right.
You're getting more good guys. You hope so. Be like not giving the poison antidote to a puppy that ate a poisoned hot dog.
Well, and Netrunner is such a crazy high skill game.
And
I'm such a crazy low skill person.
No, I'm just saying order matters so much.
No, I'm just saying.
You know, I want to show a little bit of mercy as I spend 3 clicks and 3 credits to score and win.
Oh, lame. So it didn't even matter. Tom, don't run yet. You just caught the whole thing. Okay, so now I've learned how to play Netrunner. But I feel like now, let me tell you how I'm feeling, Sean, and then you can tell me how you felt on your first playthrough.
Right on.
Definitely intrigued, a lot confused, feeling like there's many nuances that I need to figure out that can only come from playing a little bit more. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's very true. Like I said, this is a really high skill game, and I think FFG has done a really good job of really distinguishing play styles between the factions, but at the same time allowing for enough splash that you can see styles kind of commingle between the two, or between factions. But yeah, no, this is a game that requires a fair few playthroughs to know
There's a lot of
what the cards
terminology,
are. Yeah,
You know? Like when I was going to walk right into that stupid sentry that was going to end the run, like, you know, I think that was just because I'm just like, well, I don't know what the hell else to do. Now, I got to know, what was the other piece of ice in the remote server? What was that one?
This guy? This was just a regular old end the run barrier. Since you had Corroder out, it wasn't of much use.
Smashed through that. Look at that. What a piece of garbage. That card sucks. Okay, what were your other ices? Now I'm feeling empowered. Now I feel like I should have run you the whole time. Ran you. Hunter. Jared Hunter. Trace cubed. If successful, give the runner 1 tag. That's bad. Ice wall. Do you ever advance your ice?
Occasionally, if the, it really depends on the situation. If say they have a Crypsis out and they don't have a specific fractor or a barrier breaker where the strength is really far and above ice wall, I'll throw some advancement tokens on it just to make them pay every time with Crypsis that they want to break through the ice wall. But it's a great early game, cheap, end the run ice, and you always have the option if you want to increase its strength.
Now, someone just said when Brandon says a card sucks, that means it's good. That's generally true. That is a rule you can rely on. Now, let me tell you which card I think sucked. It's this stupid one here. Stolen Satellite or Borrowed Satellite.
Yeah.
What do you think of that card? I think it's totally lame.
The
other name I wanted to give it was Borrowed Satellite.
Oh, God.
Now,
I have one deck that I've ever thrown that in, and it's a deck that relied on a
sucking.
buttload of card draw. And that's the only real time that it helps is when you're going to be drawing a ton of cards in your hand and you don't want to trash a ton as well.
Okay, see, people are giving me props for calling that one trash.
I would say overall it's not terribly useful.
Now, I was going to make a run using that, but then I thought I shouldn't. But as it turns out, maybe I should have, since I just steamrolled right into your... No, I was going to go to your HQ. Yeah, I would have lost.
Well,
This game is fun.
Yeah, it is. And you have only tasted the straightforward bits here. There is so much nuance to the bluffing portion of this game that isn't touched in these teaching decks because it's also kind of mean to inflict on someone who's not learned it.
Where's my damn sentry breaking thing?
You should have... I can't remember what's in there. I think it's a ninja.
Hardware. Whenever you access cards from HQ, access 1 additional card from HQ. Okay, whatever. Oh, it keeps nagging me. Okay, sure, gamble. This deck needs more ice breaking stuff. I feel like it's got all sorts of stupid, quirky things, but no ice breaking. Like, I just want ice breaking. There's another one of those stupid things where it makes you go on a run, and I can't even go on a run successfully. Draw another card. It's that stupid thing again. Draw another card. How many copies of Dirty Laundry can you have in a deck?
3. There should be 3.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking about our first failed game because I'm just drawing it every 2 seconds. No, go away. Okay, I've drawn about 800 cards, and none of them are sentry breakers. What say you of that? Do you think that this deck that I just played is a little bit icebreaker light?
I'd say it's on par for a Shaper deck, which is the faction that it's playing. I'm gonna look at all the cards here.
Someone did remind me that I killed my own Crypsis. Maybe I'm thinking that was a little hasty.
Yeah.
You would have kept it around for a bit more?
I might have, particularly because you weren't drawing into your killer here, which, if you look at your deck, you do have 2 ninjas in here, but they were just nestling on the very bottom, so it was just bad shuffle luck.
Yeah. Ninja. Well, folks, I hope that, you may have gleaned some kind of idea of how the game is played by watching us play through here. Sean, what were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say everyone's asking questions about the deck. I will remind people who maybe didn't catch it at the beginning. I didn't make these decks. These are decks that were designed as a part of a blog that I saw specifically for teaching because they do a really good job of displaying basic functionality. So I can't claim success or failure of these decks. But I think they did do a pretty good job of covering a lot of the basics.
One thing I learned is don't make a run when it's impossible to succeed. That's pretty good tip right there. So thanks for joining us, folks. We will be doing our live cast, if you guys in the room here are interested, of Lord of the Rings on Tuesday. I'm in for that one. Sean, are you going to be there on Tuesday?
I will be there.
Okay, I think Etienne is not, so hopefully we can get either Jared, which I'm really hoping for, because I want to have Trollomania 5, and Brian as well, because he's always fun to have around to kill stuff. So thanks for joining us, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you're a real trooper for watching this long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Check out our podcast. Our website is www.cardboardoftherings.com. You can email us with any kind of feedback, cardboardoftherings@gmail.com. Cardboard of the Rings, all one email, or one word. I'm looking at the chat window at the same time. You can send us an email there. You can follow us on Twitter @COTR Podcast, and probably the liveliest place is Facebook.com/Cardboard of the Rings, I think it is.
Sounds right.
Just Google Cardboard of the Rings Facebook and you'll get there. And there's a lot of lively stuff. Now, someone's saying, please respond to my email. Made of Mush, maybe resend it, or did you send it super recently? Because I typically try to respond to them. So, anyways, we will talk to you guys next time. I may want to do another Android Netrunner playthrough. We should play on the side first, Sean, and then once I get good, get
Sure.
back online so I can crush.
Right on.
Anyways, guys, we'll talk to you later. Sean, did you have any summary information to put on this before we check out? I've said my piece.
Nope. I would just say that if you haven't tried this game, try it out. It's very fun, very nuanced, very different from most of the other card games that are out there. It's a very good time.
Cool. Thanks again for watching and listening, folks. We'll talk.